Hi, I'm TakiyahLouise. Thanks for clicking through to view this video. Today is Sunday, which is technically my rest day, but I've built it in so that I keep on moving, and I'm just doing a light walk today, about 30 minutes or so, where I typically walk 45 minutes. So I'm just going to take it a little bit easy today. And I'm outside, obviously, as you can see, and it's really wet out. All the snow is starting to melt because it's about 43 degrees out today, which feels pretty darn good. And I probably don't need both my hoodie and my coat on today, but I'm so used to wearing them that I put them both on when I came out this morning. And then obviously I'm not wearing my little fuzzy hat. I'm wearing my little, I don't know, my cool girl adventure hat that keeps the sun out of my face, protects me a little bit, and I feel pretty good out here. Like I said, it's 43, but it feels like there's a slight breeze that blows by. So there's just a little bit of coolness, but not chill or crispness like it has been. So it still feels pretty darn good out. And I plan to, like I said, take a shorter walk. Oh, there's a lot of water. And I'm wearing white shoes. Plan to take a shorter walk today. I usually say that, and sometimes it doesn't even end up being a short walk, but today I'm going to try to make it around 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go make lunch. I'm kind of hungry. I'm not sure what I'm going to have yet, but it'll be something decent. But yeah, I recently finished another audiobook, and this one is called, well, it's by these two ladies that run a podcast called By the Book, which I think the name has changed now to like the title of their book, which is How to Be Fine, What We Learned from Living by 50 Self-Help Books. And I really enjoyed this book. It was easy to listen to, and I actually listened to it twice just because I didn't have anything else on my list of audiobooks, because I get my audiobooks from my public library through an app called Libby, and all the other ones that I had requested are not ready for a couple weeks. So I just the book was so like entertaining and easy to listen to that I listened to it twice because I liked it. And in the book they recount, like, basically I guess what they do is they live by these different self-help books for like 2 weeks at a time, and then they just kind of like assess their lives and how it made them feel and stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. And in the book they talked about like the different like they would have different chapters where they would talk about different books that they've lived by and what they thought of them and how effective like the information in the book is, how easy it is to receive and to act on and stuff like that. And I picked up a couple of titles that I had heard of before that I was like, oh, that seems interesting, I want to check it out. And they had read some of the same, or lived by some of the same ones, and I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. I do want to add that to my list of books to get. So I did. And then there was other ones that I hadn't heard of that I added to the list that of books that I want to get. And then there's ones that they had like negative reactions to, of books like that I had heard of but didn't really have any interest in. Like I think one of them was Why French Women Don't Get Fat or something like that. And then one of them, there's two ladies, and one of them was recounting how she was like really hungry and she was like disappointed in herself because in the book, I guess you had to have like boiled leek soup or something like that, which was just leeks and water, which I don't even know what a leek is, but it was just, that was what you could have, was like the soup or the broth from that, the leeks and the water. And then if you got hungry, you could have some of the leeks. And I think there was something else about olive oil too. I don't really know, but basically the lady was recounting her experience and that she was miserable while living under the rule of that book because it just didn't make her feel good, and like her perception of food like was something that she had problems with, I guess, maybe from a young age. So that's just like one example of like one of the titles that they spoke of. Well, and there goes an airplane. I hope you can still hear me. That's just another example of one of the titles, or an example of one of the titles that they live by. And they recounted a lot of happy memories and thoughts and ideas in connection with other books that ultimately made me think, well, like whenever I listen to like a self-help book, I always think, how can this benefit me? How does this relate to my life where I am right now and stuff like that? And the benefit of listening to this book and the perspective of one that I've lived through 50 self-help books is that I can learn of new books that may be of interest to me. So they were entertaining. I think one of them was a comedian or something like that. It was entertaining. It was humorous at parts, but honestly, it just felt pretty raw. Like they're told stories from their past that were something that seemed very personal, very touchy, but they still shared it, and it just seemed kind of authentic. Just like, it seems like a group of two ladies that care about what they're doing and the work that they're putting out, and I can appreciate that. So it was a good read for me, or a listen. And then right now I'm reading a book by Jordan B. Peterson called 12 Rules for Life, the Antidote to Chaos. I think that's what the last part of the book title is called. And I've been reading that for a little bit, and I'm about 50 or so pages in. It's got like 300 something pages, and it's turning out to be pretty interesting so far with the ideas that he's laid out there, and the information. It's to be determined. I find myself looking up a lot of words when I'm reading his book because it's words that I'm not familiar with or only seen at a glance and just don't know the definition of. So I've been looking up words. So I'm expanding my vocabulary in that way. And I think that's good. So I will be definitely telling you guys about that book when I finish it, which will be a little ways off because I'm only on page 50 and it's got 300 something pages. But when I do, I'll let you guys know. And that's it for now. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Anything you do is greatly appreciated. Remember to be a good human. And until the next video, take care.